$1,000. Here is the money.
It's such a confoundedly awkward amount. If it had been 10,000, a fellow might wind up with a lot of fireworks and do himself credit. Even $50 would have been less trouble.
You heard the reading of your uncle's will. I do not know if you paid much attention to its details.
I must remind you of one. You are required to render to us an account of the manner of expenditure of this $1,000 as soon as you have disposed of it. The will stipulates that. I trust that you will so far comply with the wishes of your late uncle.
You may depend upon it. I may have to engage a secretary. I was never good at accounts.
Wake up, old Bryson. I have a funny story to tell you.
I wish you would tell it to someone in the billiard room. You know how I hate your stories.
This is a better one than usual. It's too sad and funny to go with the rattling of billiard balls. I've just come from my late uncle's firm. He leaves me an even $1,000.
I thought the late Septimus Gillian was worth something like $500,000.
He was. That's where the joke comes in. He's left his whole cargo to a microbobe. Part of it goes to the man who invents a new bacillus, and the rest to establish a hospital for doing away with it again. There are just one or two trifling bequests on the side.
The bequests?
The butler and the housekeeper get a seal ring and $10 each. His nephew gets $1,000.
You've always had plenty of money to spend.
Tons. Uncle was the fairy godmother as far as an allowance was concerned.
Any other heirs?
None. The Miss Hayden. My uncle's ward. Lived in his house. She's a quiet girl, daughter of a friend of his, who was unlucky. I forgot to say that she was in on the seal ring and $10 joke, too. I wish I had been. Then I could have had 2 bottles of wine, given the ring to the waiter, and had the whole business off my hands. Don't be sarcastic or indifferent, old Bryson. Tell me what a man can do with $1,000.
$1,000 means much or little.
One man may buy a happy home with it and laugh at Rockefeller. Another could send his wife south with it and save her life.
Thank you, doctor. I appreciate your help.
$1,000 would buy pure milk for 100 babies during June, July, and August and save 50 of their lives. You could count upon a half-hour's diversion with it at Faro in one of the fortified art galleries. It would furnish an education to an ambitious boy. I am told that a true Corot was secured for that price in an auction room yesterday. You could move to a New Hampshire town and live respectably 2 years on it. You could rent Madison Square Garden for 1 evening and lecture your audience, if you should have one, on the precariousness of the profession of heir presumptive.
People might like you, old Bryson, if you wouldn't moralize. I asked you to tell me what I could do with $1,000.
You? Why, you could buy Miss Lotta Luria a diamond pendant, or you could go off to Idaho and inflict yourself upon a ranch.
I advise a sheep ranch, as I have a particular dislike for sheep.
Thanks. I thought I could depend upon you. You've hit on the very scheme. I wanted to chuck the money in a lump, for I have to turn in an account for it, and I hate itemizing.
Yes, send a hansom to the Gramercy Club right away. The name is Gillian.
Down Broad Day. Say, what would you do with $1,000 if you had it?
Open a saloon. I know a place where I could make a hall, a 4-story brick on the corner. I've got it figured out. 2nd story, chinks and chop suey. 3rd floor, manicures and foreign missions.
And 4th floor, pool room. If you're thinking of putting up the capital there...
Oh, no. I merely asked from curiosity.
I'll take you by the hour. Drive till I tell you to stop. Excuse me, but would you mind telling me what you would do if you had $1,000?
You got out of that cab that just drove up, didn't you?
I did.
I guess you are all right. Take a look at that if you like.
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome, sir.
I forgot something. Drive to the law offices of Tolman and Sharp on Broad Day. beg your pardon, but may I ask you a question? It is not an intrusive one, I hope.
Was Miss Hayden left anything by my uncle's will besides the ring and the $10?
Nothing.
I thank you very much, sir.
Take me to 5th Avenue and 68th. The old Gillian residence.
Hello? What brings you here?
I've just come from old Tolman's. They've been going over the papers down there. He's left you $1,000. I was driving up this way and Tolman asked me to bring you the money. Here it is. You'd better count it to see if it's right.
Thank you. Oh. Disappointing.
I suppose, of course, that you know I love you.
I'm sorry.
There is no use.
I'm sorry.
May I write a note?
I have expended the $1,000, and I have come to render account of it, as I agreed.
It's getting close to summer, isn't it?
Mr. Tolman, you will find there a memorandum, sir, of the modus operandi of the vanishing of the dollars.
Could you come here for a moment, Sharp?
Is this it?
Yes, it is. Mr. Gillian, if your disposal of the $1,000 demonstrates that you possess any of the qualifications that deserve reward, much benefit will accrue to you.
Mr. Sharp and I are named as the judges, and I assure you that we will do our duty strictly according to justice, with liberality.
We are not at all prejudiced against you, Mr. Gillian. But let us return to the codicil. If you have disposed of this money prudently, wisely, or unselfishly.
It is in our power to hand you over bonds to the value of $50,000, which have been placed in our hands for that purpose. But if, as our client, the late Mr. Gillian, explicitly provided, you have used this money as you have used money in the past, I quote the late Mr. Gillian, in a reprehensible dissipation among disreputable associates, the $50,000 is to be paid immediately to Miriam Hayden, ward of the late Mr. Gillian, without delay.
Now, Mr. Gillian, Mr. Sharp and I will examine your account of the $1,000. You submit it in writing, I believe.
I hope you will repose confidence in our decision.
I believe I do.
You wouldn't understand these itemized bets anyway.
I lost the $1,000 on the races.
Good day to you, gentlemen.
Raindrops are falling on my head, and just like the guy whose feet are too big for his bed, nothing seems to fit. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling.
Wasted 80.
So
How's it
I
way
just did me some talking to the sun, and I said I didn't like the way he got things done, sleeping on the job. Those raindrops are falling on my head, they keep falling.